Afternoon folks, Dave Canterbury with the Pathfinder School. What I want to do today is I want to bring you something that I call the Canterbury Cook Kitchen. And it is a modification of a few different systems built into one that's very versatile and easy to change in and out depending on what you want to do with the system. And it's all based on a single tripod system that you could possibly take with you moving camp to camp if you had some type of conveyance like a sled or a canoe. Stay with me and we're going to take a look at this one step at a time. Okay, the initial structure for this system is a simple tripod. I've showed how to lash a tripod properly in several videos before, and I like to leave myself enough tag line at the end that I can wrap it around to shorten it or make it longer. And I put a toggle on the end of that line with a simple lark's head jam knot. And that toggle needs to be fairly long so that it will hold the bales of your pots. I've had a lot of people say, oh, you're going to burn that string's going to burn off. I have never ever burnt one of these strings off, and I've been using this system for 3 or 4 years now of holding pots. If your flames are high enough, you're going to burn this string. They're way over the top of your pot and you're wasting firewood. You can always adjust this tripod up and down. That's what I like about tripods. Once you get your pot where you want it initially, so let's wrap a little bit around this thing and we'll hang a pot off of it. And this is just the initial use for this system. We'll put a pot on here and we'll put it over a fire pit here, a mock fire pit. And I'm going to show you how simple it is to move that pot to keep it out of the flames or adjust it on the flame where you want to. Okay, you can see that this toggle is plenty long. It's not going to come out of this bale unless I force it out. That's key to this toggle. Now, if I'm worried about the flames getting too high, all I have to do is adjust my tripod up or down with the legs. Just moving the legs in and out raises this pot up and down. It's very simple. I don't have to worry about the fire burning this string. Now, that is the first element of this cook system, is the tripod itself. The next element to this system is that I have 3 forks lashed to this tripod at whatever height I desire. 2 of these forks are lashed sideways on the pole, and I can adjust the pole a little bit to manipulate that. The third one in the back is lashed on the back side of the pole. The one that's on the back also has a stop notch cut in it, or a 7 notch cut halfway down this stick, and the reason for that is if I have a pot hanging here over the fire and I have another pot that I'm just trying to keep warm that I've already cooked, I can hang it right there and it's next to my fire keeping warm. It's not on the ground suffering from conduction. It just gives me a place to hang it real conveniently off to the side. And I can still have a pot hanging here in the middle. Now let's talk about the purpose for these forks, because these forks are what really make this cook system versatile. Okay, the first thing with these forks is I can put a stick in between these forks and adjust it wherever I need it. Just like this, over my fire. And if I want to hang pots over my fire, I can just make myself a hanging pot system to hang my pots over the fire and adjust it where I need to, if I want it right down on the coals or if I want it higher up. Easy enough, but that gives me my crossbar. I could also make that a spit so that I could roast meat over the fire if I wanted to. That gives me a system where I don't have to pound things in the ground and try to look for forks. I've got the forks attached to my tripod already, and now I can just drop a stick in here or a spit in here, and I can cook my meat over the fire or cook my food over the fire and adjust it to where I need it, whether I want it to cook fast or slow, or whether I'm just trying to keep it warm. Okay, the last thing I want to show you with this cook system is how easy it is to set this up into a smoking rack. We put our crossbar in here. We drop 2 crossbars here, catching in the fork there, catching in the fork here. Either way you want to put them in there, it really doesn't matter. I've got these things notched already so that sticks can be laid into them without rolling around, just like this. Now I have a smoking rack, and all I need to do is put my tarp around it that I'm going to use my canvas smoking tarp, or maybe I'm smoking some kind of deer hide at the same time, a brain tan deer hide, or my reflective space blanket in an emergency scenario. But I can build my smoking rack that simple, pull it out of there that simple, and go right back to cooking something else when the need arises. It's a very, very simple system. Pretty much that many sticks, a handful of sticks. The tripod's already built, and then I've got a pot hook as well. Maybe a couple pot hooks would be a good idea. So if I want to fold this system up and take it with me, it's going to take up exactly that much room. About 6 feet long and 5 or 6 inches in diameter, probably at the widest point where the forks are at. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today on the Canterbury Camp Kitchen. I think it's the most versatile system you're going to find out there, for as simplistic as it actually is. You know, one double-edged sword that I face every day when I make videos for you guys is that if I make a video on a concept like this that's new, and I put it in video today, and a year from now it's in my book, Advanced Bushcraft, it's coming out in 2015, somebody's going to say, well, all I have to do is watch Dave's YouTube videos because the same stuff's in the book. So it's kind of a double-edged sword where I want to bring you guys information and not force you to buy my book to get it. But at the same time, lots of new and innovative things that I do on video, or little simple tips and tricks that I do on video, will also be in books that I write. And again, it's just a double-edged sword that I face, but I wanted to kind of let you know why that happens. I'm not going to hold information back from you guys just to put it in a book. And at the same time, just because I showed it to you here doesn't mean that it's not going to appear in a book later. I thank you for your views. I thank you for your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business, for all of our sponsors, affiliates, instructors, and friends. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.